In a little, west side neighborhood here in Corpus Christi, my dad built his first ring in the backyard. Most kids had a basketball hoop in their backyard. We had a wrestling ring. Once our sons were born, it's the same thing. Once they were about 8 or 9 years old, they just jump in for the fun of it, and they took a liking to it. So now we have third generations, which are my 3 sons, and I have 2 nephews as well that also wrestle. So. Man, I was about 9 years old. My dad would leave every evening for a couple hours, and he'd always say, I'm going to training, I'm going to training. We really didn't know what he was doing until one night he took us to the Texas Shootout here at the Coliseum. And that's when I realized this is what my dad's doing. Like, this is what he wants to do one day. He wants to be the best at this. And that's kind of when it just all started for us. My dad started his first promotion in 1995, and it was Gulf Coast Championship Wrestling. For the first 15 years, me and my brother were kind of my dad's, workers. We pretty much did it all for him. So when my dad got to a point that he really didn't want to go through the stress and the headaches of it, he kind of let me and my brother take over for just a little bit. Eventually, we changed over to Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance. And I've tried to change, my dad's style to, a little more modernized style, but my dad's, he's real old school, so he gives me a hard time about it. You walk into one of my shows, at the front door, you're gonna buy a ticket for my mom, or my sister. You're gonna scan your tickets with my wife. You'll buy the merchandise from my daughters. And then my sons are a part of the show as well, so am I. So the whole show is it's a family run. When they say family run and operated, that's exactly what it is. We like for a family to come out, mom, dad, brother, sister, maybe grandma, and they come spend a Friday night, a Saturday night with my family and let us entertain them. Entertaining the crowd is the biggest thing for us. There's something about my family and entertainment, and we really enjoy it. Our roots have come from, I feel like Mexico, Laredo, the Valley. A lot of our beginning training and working was a lot of Lucha Libre style. We're way down south, so my dad took us down to the Valley a lot. We would do shows in Mexico and the border towns and stuff. So we were raised more towards Lucha Libre style. Their symbols, their mask is what symbolizes, they're either symbolizing ancient gods, animals, pride, and they wear that on their mask. Lucha Libre has a lot to do, especially with Texas wrestling. And Texas wrestling, in my personal opinion, is the heart of where wrestling began and kind of spread, up north into the further states. But I feel without Lucha Libre and without Texas, wrestling wouldn't be where it is today. The level we're at now, from 10 years ago, is huge for us as a family because we have people nationwide that reach out to us that want to come wrestle at our show just because we're on the market like that. And so we've taken it to a whole new level, and we just landed a local TV show with a local TV station, and they air our show once a week now. So that was a dream of my dad's forever. He wanted local families that couldn't make it to our show to be able to watch from the living room and enjoy a night, watching wrestling like we used to as kids. I mean, I remember sitting down with my dad for hours just watching wrestling, and to know that 30-some years ago, I'd sat in the living room watching my dad's dream, and for us to bring it alive for him it's awesome. We've been in Corpus for over 30 years, supported by just about everybody in Corpus that loves wrestling. As a Hispanic family, we have the support of our community because we don't give up. We continue to thrive. We want to be the best. We want to put Corpus Christi and the Hispanic culture on the Texas map for good reasons. And I believe family entertainment, wrestling at its best here in Corpus, is what we got to offer.